Hi, my name's Sharon Bill. Welcome to my theory tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step in this series. You can also find information about all the links to all of my YouTube video tutorials there, and you can also see about the books that I've written. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's an exam technique guidebook full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time on exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store, and we're now going to crack on and continue with this paper S, the last paper in the 2017 Grade 3 Practice Papers booklet. So if you turn with me to page 16, we're going to have a look at question 4. And I always suggest that you work in pencil so you can rub out. It doesn't matter then. If you make a mistake, you'll learn better through your mistakes. I use a mechanical pencil just so it stays sharp, and then you neat. You'll need your trusty eraser to hand, and a ruler also will be handy. And so I do suggest that you always have a go of these yourself. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, you'll learn by your mistakes. I'm hoping you've had a go of this, and now we'll work through these together. So question 4 asks us a number of things. We've got to add the correct clef, and then we've got to add any necessary accidentals to each of these triads. It says do not use key signatures, so we're going to need accidentals, but we need to bear in mind what the key signature would be first and apply it as necessary. Now the first part, adding the clef, is easy peasy because it's a tonic triad. We know the bottom note needs to be the tonic. So for this to be the C sharp minor tonic triad, this needs to be a C sharp, and that can only be the case if it's in treble clef. If it was in bass clef, it would be an E, which then wouldn't be correct. So C sharp minor has a key signature of F, C, G, D sharps. It's related to E major. I suggest you always write out your keys in a list first. If you write out your circle of fifths, there's a video that I've done showing you how to do that, how to work out your circle of fifths, and then all your thinking's done in one place. You haven't got to keep racking your brains and figuring it out every time. It saves time in the end to write it out to begin with. You'll find that link in the description below. So we have here a C, an E and a G. And we should have the C sharp and we should have the G sharp, so we'll have to just add those as accidentals where they apply. So here this needs to be a B flat, B, D, F, first, third, fifth, and for that to be a B flat, B, D, F, it needs to be in the bass clef. If you're not sure, work it out an octave higher, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. So that is also a B, the octave higher, and so you can tell more easily there that this is the bass clef B. So B flat, oh, got a bit shortened there. B flat major has a key signature of B flats and E flats. So we have a B, D, F here. That's the only one that needs a flat next to it, except from that's miles away. So let's just rub out all of that thinking that we've just done now. And then that's easier to position. There we go. So for this to be an A minor, we need the tonic at the bottom to be A, and so that would only be the case if it was in bass clef. A minor is related to C major, which has a key signature of nothing, and so that's already done for us, nothing to add. For this to be G minor, our tonic needs to be G, of course, and so that's treble clef. G minor is related to B flat major, which has a key signature of B flats and E flats, and here we have a G, B, D, and so that B needs to be flattened. There we go. And then for this to be the tonic triad of E major, we need this to be E, G, B. For this to be so, this needs to be treble clef. And remember, E major has a key signature of 4 sharps, F, C, G, D. And here we have E, G, B, so the G needs to be sharpened. There we go. So just take it a step at a time. Don't try and do everything all at once, and then you'll soon work your way through that. So it's a similar question now, still dealing with our scales. And so if you've written these out already at the beginning of the paper, all your thinking's done now. So we need to write out a scale using semi-briefs, whole notes, so we don't have to worry about stems, of the scales named below. So here we need A major ascending, so we're going upwards with a key signature. We're in treble clef, so first job is I'll give myself plenty of space and we'll start on A. I'll start quite low. You're going to have to use ledger lines either way though. Line, space, line, space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, gone off a bit there, 7, 8, there we go. So E, F, G, A, yeah, that's correct. So we've not missed any steps along the way. And A major has a key signature of 3 sharps. So in the treble clef, we position that F, C, G, always making that kind of diamond shape. There we go, that's that one completed. And so the last one, F harmonic minor descending, so we need to be coming downwards without a key signature, but any necessary accidentals, but we need to bear in mind that what that will be. So I'll just get the note heads in. Let's just get the blobs in first, get all the nuts and bolts. So good boys to football, there's our F. Coming down in step, give yourself plenty of room. G, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it, beginning and ending on F. We know that we're correct. Now F minor is related to A flat major. So we've got B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So I'm going to pop those in straight away. However, that's not quite the end of the story, but I'm going to just think about it one step at a time. So B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. Now F harmonic minor both ways has the raised 7th. And so because we're descending 8, 7, this is our 7th, and to raise the flat we need to get rid of that, and we can either just leave it like that or we can show that we've thought it through and add a natural in brackets. And that's completed that one. So let's press on to the next question. So turning the page to page 6. So we've got to make these melodies complete. There are 2 melodies. So watch out, we're going to have 2 changes of keys, different key signatures. And they're asking us to add correct rest or rests. That's the really important bit there, to make each bar complete. Every new beat needs a new rest, apart from a couple of exceptions to the rule. And we need to show each new beat, just as if we were beaming notes. We have to show that each new beat with the rest just the same rules apply. So we need to be reflecting in 6/8 that duple compound time, 2 groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, there's that first group. 4, 5. So we've got 5 quaver beats at the moment, 5/8 notes. We've got a semiquaver, which is half of an 8th note. So actually we need another semiquaver to make that complete. So we just add that, there's a rest there. 1, 2, 3. That gives us the remaining 8th note or quaver beat. This bar's okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and so we need to show the second group as a dotted crochet rest, 4, 5, 6 quaver beats. You can see that we've got 2 groups of 3 there. So in 4/4 now, so we need to be showing those beats, However, there is an exception to the rule where we can shorten it to that, so long as we don't bridge over the middle of the bar, and that's whether we're beaming notes or adding rest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start from this end of the bar, because we've got one beat here, so we need another beat's rest here. And now we know that we've got 2 beats rest here, and we can actually show that in half of a bar by using a minim rest or a half note rest. So if you were to do that with a dot, that would be wrong. That would look like a compound time. You have to show each new beat. However, if you go too far and do that, you've forgotten that you can change that to a half a bar's rest with a minim beat rest there. So that would be the correct answer. That would be not quite following it through far enough, and that would be inappropriately extending it. So you've not shown, you've gone over the halfway point of the bar, and it actually looks like it's a compound time. So let's look at this one here. So we've got 1 crotchet beat here, we've got 1 crochet beat here, now we've got a half a beat here, a half a beat here, so we've got 1, 2, 3 beats. However, this would be incorrect because we've got to show completing this beat and completing this beat. So we're going to have to split that between those 2. So we've got 1 beat there, we've got half a beat there, so we need to complete that beat. That shows us 1 beat, and then we need to complete that beat, which shows us that beat. So you can see that although we've got 1 crochet beat's rest, we can't just show it as a single rest. We need to show that we're completing each beat. So we'd have to split it into 2 half of a beats there. So that's where it's really important that we add in rests, not just 1 single rest. So let's see what we've got here. 3/4 of a beat and a quarter beat gives us 1 crochet beat. That gives us another 2 crochet beats, 1, 2, 3, and so finally just a simple 1 beat rest will do the job. There we go. So it's a bit tricky, that is. You've always got to be thinking about showing each new beat, just the same as if you were beaming the notes. So that's that video completed. We'll look at the next questions in the next video. I do hope that this is helpful to you. I hope it's of benefit. I also hope that you're enjoying it. I'm certainly enjoying working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. Please do also visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the information and resource that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.